Hello, everyone, and welcome to Leo's Corner. My name is Leo, your host, and on this edition of Leo's Corner, we're going to be talking about peer pressure. With me on this edition of Leo's Corner, I have with me Mr. Paul. Welcome to Leo's Corner, Mr. Paul. Good to have you on Leo's Corner.
Yeah, it feels good to be here.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome. Okay, tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, like I said, my name is Mr. Paul. On social media, they call me Franklin Paul.
Franklin Paul.
Yeah, I'm the leader and the director of Eagles Theatre International.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been in active service for the past 5 years now.
Okay.
Active around the world in River State, Port Harcourt. So I also run a laundry service.
Okay.
Which is basically based for now in Oyibo.
Okay.
So that's what I do for now.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you so much for being with us on this edition of Leo's Corner. Okay, we're from the topic peer pressure. What do you think about it? What do you have to say about it? Peer pressure.
Okay, peer pressure is actually being influenced.
Okay.
By people, your peer, right? By people to act in a certain way.
Okay.
That's what peer pressure is. So if you can be able to influence me, I mean my peer, let's say if I'm 23, so from the persons of 20 to at least 25, if those persons can be able to influence me to act in a certain way that I basically cannot do. Like for example, let's say I'm not a womanizer, and then I have this set of people that influence me, my peers, that influence me to start chasing after women, start humanizing, sleeping around. I've been influenced. That's what peer pressure is all about. The pressure to do something you cannot do. That's what I call pressure.
Okay.
To do what you don't want to do.
Okay, let me ask a question. What if you've been contemplating on it? Like probably you've not done it and you've been contemplating on it, and then they influence you. Is that also called peer pressure? Yeah. Probably you made them, okay, this is what I was thinking. Do you think it's cool? Or probably it has been in your mind and then they influence you to do that. Is it still peer pressure?
To a level, that one is to somehow, before something comes to your mind to do, you must have seen people do it. And this will start nurturing it for a while. You still call it peer pressure.
Okay, yeah.
You see your peers carrying women, and gradually be like, I'm supposed to be doing this thing, I can do this thing, Gradually, you just didn't speak out.
Okay.
And then you went to them. You see, I've been nurturing this thing, I want to do this thing, and then they lure you in.
Okay.
So it's also part of peer pressure.
Okay. Just to throw more light, peer pressure, yeah, it has to do with many aspects of our lives, not just women probably doing things that we really don't want to do, or we are not 100% sure of doing, and then people, your peers, your friends, or some particular persons influencing you to do stuff like that. Might be something else, maybe a particular job, a particular action, any other thing that has to do with people influencing you, not only humanizing. Thank you so much. Okay, to the next question. Peer pressure, does it have any age limit or something where you say you overgrew peer pressure because you got into this particular age? Do you think it has any age limit?
No. We have peer of different levels.
Okay.
We have teenagers as per their peer.
Okay.
We have young adults.
Okay.
We have fathers in their circle.
Okay.
Their peers, let's say fathers between 60 to 65 or close to 70. Their peers. Sometimes you see when they want to meet them, they want to meet people of their age. That's peer. So they can influence them. You take men that did rituals. Most of the fathers that did rituals back then, it was their peer that led them to do that thing. Mainly. So every aspect of life, every age bracket have their own peer. So it's not limited to, you can see a man of 70 years being influenced by his friend.
Okay.
And that is when I will be maybe age bracket, so that's his peer. Maybe let's say the man is 70, maybe the person that will need him to do that stuff will bring the pressure to him might be someone of 75 or even 69.
Okay, can I ask a question now? Okay, have you had any personal experience of peer pressure that you either gave into or you didn't give into?
I've had experience of peer pressure I fell into one.
Okay.
I didn't fall into the other one.
Okay, so can you tell us about it?
Okay, that was 2018. There are some things in life you can't basically forget. 2018, when I was in school at Akwa Ibom State, when I came back, I have some of my school mates that are around. I didn't go to a normal school. I went to a maritime school,
Okay.
more like a force.
Okay.
This marine academy, a force, you know. So I don't smoke. For then, I know I drink a little back then. So 2018. 23rd December, that was on a Sunday, 2018. My boss came, I was dodging him that day. You know, they say something like sellers night. So he called me that we are going hanging out today with the whole sellers in Oyibo. That day. I went to church in the morning. I really dedicated my life that day. I can't forget, I was wearing white shirts and then my school combat trouser, navy blue. You could know that this is a naval trouser, a naval combat. So I was dodging him. He came to the house to pick me. Normally he would call me to come and meet him in a particular place, but he came to the house to pick me up, and he didn't even just come. He came with a black bullet in alcohol. Let's start getting high before we go there.
Wow.
My God. I don't mention the name of the hotel we went to. We went there and then boom, they gave me cigarettes. I didn't just take one. I took a pack. I've not smoked before, but I took a pack of. I'm telling you, everybody was smoking, everybody was drinking. So you know,
it's
you
like
need
the right thing to do.
Yes, you need to blend in immediately. So
Feel among.
you need to do this inside. They will not see as a novice or someone that doesn't know what's up. I was smoking as though I was smoking for more than 10 years.
Wow.
And it was not choke. I didn't choke. It was
to feel among and impress them.
My God, I was smoking seriously, that to the point that I had to challenge a superior, and the superior thought I was a superior.
Wow.
And it was that bad. Wow. So I smoked, and funny enough, I was a school pastor.
Wow.
I smoked, I drank, then we came back by past 12 a.m. or so. That was when we came back. I started smoking that time. The next Sunday, again, 25th, I went out with my group again. Not that particular people now. This was another set now. Funny enough, even the girl I was dating back then, I didn't know she was smoking too. I never knew that she smoked. So I was like, wow. Even in my subconscious, after seeing that lady smoke, I said, me, my girlfriend smoke. I was just okay with her. Then when we came back, I think around 28 or so, she called me. I broke up with her. Why? I didn't tell her, but I know the reason was that why would this girl smoke? I'm smoking, my girlfriend is smoking. Like how? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I fell into that pressure. When I went back to school, I remember one of my superiors was like, Franklin, this is not you, this is not you.
Wow.
Because when I went back to school in January, the thing happened in December, so I went back to school.
Things changed.
It was still raining.
Yeah.
It was still raining, so I needed to smoke and then drink, so I could just get okay in the weather.
Yeah. Feel among and everything.
And one of my superiors will be like, Franklin, this is not you, this is not you. I didn't need anybody to start telling me bullshit and the rest of them. I just stopped smoking.
So how were you able to overcome that peer pressure of drinking and smoking? How were you? Tell us.
In the part of drinking, and God had to do something about it. Because if I got to drink, I drink. I love my dog Simon so much. It's bitter, but I like it. I don't know. So, before I went to school, I've been this, from a very tender age, I've been this lover of God. Like, the things of God matter so much to me. Okay. I can be sleeping and wake me, let's go on evangelism, I will go. That's who I am. I don't know how the spirit entered, but I know I came from a Christian home. Maybe that's where the thing came from. So that's drinking aspect. I can remember being at Renis. I was drinking with my friends. We drank to sleep. We were even for meeting. So I went to lodge in a hotel with my friend, a guy. After we lodged in the morning, I could not find my phone. Who took my phone? The door was locked. My phone went missing. That was the first sign. As for that things the Lord put me through. That was how I stopped taking alcohol
and smoking. So there are times those friends or superior of yours came again after you stopped to try to lure you into doing that again.
Yes, sometimes I want to go out. I go out with them, but I don't drink.
So how do you manage to do that? You just don't know.
I just don't know. I just believe God. Another thing is that I'm a strong-willed person. I'm strong-willed. If I tell you I won't do this thing again. God will have to come down to tell me, my son, can you please do this? So it becomes something I know that this thing is not scriptural. Bible says, the Lord says, do this. You can't talk me out of it.
Okay, how would you advise somebody to handle peer pressure or people, since you've passed through that experience, you've had that experience? How can you advise? Are there points you can pinpoint rather, the points you can pinpoint, or to advise someone to come out of peer pressure?
Yes.
Or to deal with peer pressure?
The peer pressure is, to me, happens often. It's normal. It's something, it's part of life.
So it's something we deal with every
Yes, we deal with it on the road while we are sleeping. Anyhow, pressure is there. Whether peer pressure or not, pressure is our daily life. It's part of life. But how do we deal with these things now?
Yeah.
Number one, hold on to God.
Okay.
That's number one. Know what God says, and know what God has. Know what God has said, because everything that God will say, He has already said it. Everything that God will say, He has said it. Hold on to God. I tell you, if you can hold on to God, there are pressures you can, like for example, I had a circle of friends before.
Okay.
They drink. This after I've broken out from this drinking stuff. I will go out to them, they drink. I say, give me my malt. And the way they drink, the way I drank, they have not gotten to that level. It's not pride. Imagine me, I used to take Don Simon, Andrew, and I'm okay. I would have to drink for a very long time to be drunk. But then take 1-2 bottles and they were like, it's like I'm okay. I'm like, what's this? They tried as much as possible to make me drink. They couldn't. You see, now.
Well, okay, sorry to interrupt you. For those that don't have that strong will, I think is the best advice is just to kind of avoid those secular friends.
Yes,
right?
you can avoid them. These persons that drink alcohol,
they're not like they are your enemy, or but since you know that they will lure you into doing that same thing,
just avoid going out with them. Most of them are good people.
Yeah.
Just that they drink and you don't.
Okay, even if he's not drinking something else, you understand? Like,
okay. Why I use drinking it was because
it's your personal experience.
Yes. Now, talking about humanizing too, I've had a circle of friends too that they date double dates, they humanize, they sleep around before, and they never caught me doing that. These are things that personal. These are like something I've said. This thing I'm not doing. I won't do this one.
You know, sorry to interrupt you. Know that everybody is not having that strong will. Yes, like I've pinpointed something. First of all, one of the points you made, which I will emphasize, is hold God strong. Pray, read your scripture. That's number one. Number two, avoid those people that lure you into doing such stuff. And I think I can add number three, and I don't know how. I think it should be added. Maybe talk to somebody that just try and talk to somebody that is way above you.
Yes.
That can really advise you.
Like a mentor, a pastor, a coach.
Yeah, or something.
I have mentors. I meant that I've subjected myself to. That if I do something now, you say you're going to tell that person, I'll get scared. I'll get scared. I could remember back then, I had a mentor. I went to Rennes. Rennes was like my favorite spot. I was drinking Don Simon. Tupac was my front. So they took a picture of me and boom, I posted it on Facebook. Something like chilling or so. My mentor, if I let me call his name, Pastor James Onyeka, the lead pastor of the Wisdom Breed Assembly, he commented, that alone made me delete that post. You see, there are men I've put myself under. That was another reason why it was very easy for me to live this life, because these men could, their presence, their word,
rebuke you.
Yes, they could rebuke me and correct me immediately. My spiritual father is Pastor Caleb Akuba. Let me just misbehave now, or maybe I do something. If he's coming and I'm coming like this, I will escape. These are men that I've put myself on. I know that they will rebuke me, and it's not something I just did myself. God had to make me connect myself to these men for correction. And these are men that hold my hands. I've been holding my hands for years. do this, don't do this, this is the way, don't do. So if you don't have a spiritual father or a mentor, it will be very hard for you. Or a coach, it will be very hard for you.
Okay, okay, now that takes me to the next question. What are the disadvantage or the bad effects of peer pressures?
It's very bad though. Peer pressure is very bad because let's take for example, so I'm using always humanizing and drinking because I've had friends in that circle before. Even the school I went to, there's this popular slogan they usually say. Let me use pidgin. It's part of my language. They be like, if I dey with woman now, na my babe. If she go, na their babe. That's one. The second one, if I vex, she go. If she vex, she go. These are strong womanizers. You see, so growing up in school as a young believer or a young Christian in that kind of circle wasn't very easy. Sometimes they give you little or no option at all. You just have to blend in. It took me a while. They won't break me in that drinking and smoking. They don't break me in school. It was outside school in my comfort zone that they had to break me. And they used a superior that I could not necessarily say no to. So imagine you the one of the disadvantages I'm talking about. Now imagine you follow to humanize. Those guys normally escape, and you the one you do boom. Then pregnancy now they just say abortion now. You contact a disease. That's why we use HIV/AIDS. That say that one is the worst case scenario. You contact a disease and you don't know that you contacted a particular disease, infection, because those men that humanize, once their body start reacting, they know that infection has come and they know how to tackle it. You that have not gotten the experience, you want to enter because of you have entered because of peer pressure, and then you contact a disease like gonorrhea, syphilis. You don't even know the symptoms are coming. You see that's the normal skin scratch and the rest of them. You are dying internally. Maybe before you might have discovered that this thing is a particular serious disease, it has eaten you up. That something that might as well take your life. Or let's say something like, so imagine a disease that you treat with almost $1 million or more than $1 million. That's money. Even though it's not very big, but that's money. Those persons might be escaping.
When you get to your own turn. Okay, that's one of it. Okay, the effect, one bad effect is that you might not succeed telling the story.
Yes.
Because of the bad influence
of
peer pressure. And number two, I think is it might cost you your life. Peer pressure make you make wrong decisions that at the long run you will regret. At the long run you will regret. Peer pressure is something like I said we face every day. And then we need to overcome peer pressure. We really need to have from your friends, your colleague at work, probably feel this is the right thing to do. It's not only humanizing, but there are different things.
Like I said, hold God and be strong-willed. If you can do this too, hold God, be strong-willed, and then mind your circle.
Mind your circle.
This is very important.
God, be strong-willed and mind your circle.
The circle, if not that hold God is number one, mind your circle should have been number one. Your circle is almost everything. Your relationship is almost everything. Your relationship is almost everything. I tell you, the circle I have now, I intentionally, my God, currently now I don't have people I can call friends. I don't think I have more than 5 or 6 friends. I'm a very social person. People know me. They call me the stage priest. I'm a drama person. I'm a very social person. I'm very jovial. Like people know me. Even people don't know me. But if I call you my friend, it's either I ask you, can we be friends? Or you ask me and have to go and ponder on it. Whether I can actually make you my friend.
Yeah, your circle of friends affects you positively or negatively. Whether you like it or not, positively or negatively, your circle of friends must affect you. So you have to be careful. Yes, you said, and I'll re-emphasize what you said. Number one, who got tight. Number two, you have to have a strong will. Number three, watch your circle of friends. Yes, because peer pressure is everything. Most people, where they are today, the wrong things. Most people have ended up in prison, ended up dead because of peer pressures. I've ended up making a wrong decisions. I've ended up making wrong decisions rather because of peer pressure. So you have to work on the friends we keep. Thank you so much, Mr. Paul, for being with us on this edition of
Thank you so
I
much.
really learned a lot, and it
Thank
was
you so
so educating.
Thank you so
Don't
much.
forget out there to like, to comment, and subscribe to all our social media handles at Leo's Corner. My name is Leo, your host. Do have a lovely weekend and stay tuned for our next podcast on Leo's Corner. Enjoy the rest of it.